can ignore, or you can look other way if public people out of public, they have not informed, but the serving people, whether it was their liking or not liking, it was their duty to inform. And if any one of them have been held responsible for this lapse, they should be taken to task, because this is the state responsibility. They were serving the state, not an individual. Like in India or like in any other country, the services, they have their own setup of carrying out board of inquiry, then court martials, then you see finding out who was responsible, and then there is a laid down procedure for it. I don't think that anybody needs, any elaboration is needed in this. If any of the service personnel, if they knew, irrespective of their love for Osama or their liking for Osama, they should have informed the state. It is up to the state to keep that secret or not. But if they were taking the decision at their personal level, this is not, this is against the discipline, and those people should be taken to task. If the discipline, and be they service, army, navy, air force, or FIA or other intelligence agencies, this is a culpable thing. They should be taken to task. It's a failure of ISI. It's a failure of intelligence agency, and I think it speaks very poorly. If we are, Pakistan is itself is a victim of terrorism, then how can we control it if we don't know? You see, the state policy can be different. I mean, people even send spies.
The report only authenticates what was known to most of us. But the two big issues that emerge from this is, what would America do with Pakistan's armed forces, who were propped up and funded heavily in America's war on terror, when Pakistan's army and its military establishment deceived America? And for the people of Pakistan, the big question is that Pakistan's military, that continues to take in the lion's share of Pakistan's budgetary outlay, is it really worth the while spending on a military force that completely was ignorant or completely unable to counter America's responses vis-a-vis Osama bin Laden?
How can Pakistan today say that they did not know that such a huge complex was being prepared, and both their administration and their security agencies were oblivious to this fact? Now, it is necessary here to understand the relationship between Mullah Umar and Osama bin Laden. Now, Mullah Umar's daughter, it is reported, is married to Osama bin Laden's son.
It shows the Pakistani military establishment in adverse light, and it exhibits an awareness, growing awareness of Pakistani civil society that the military's overpowering role in formulating national security policy has not always proved beneficial for Pakistan. It has not always proved beneficial. Several path-breaking recommendations about establishing a national security policy.
Shafiq joining us from Islamabad on this story. Shafiq, whether willingly or unwillingly, this report clearly exposes lapses on part of Pakistani agencies, doesn't it?
The leaks of the Abbottabad Commission report clearly suggest that there was total negligence and incompetence from the government agencies and establishment side to track down Osama bin Laden, who lived for more than 9 years in different cities of Pakistan, including Karachi, Peshawar, Haripur and Abbottabad, where he finally killed 2 years back in the US Navy SEAL operation. So it is indeed a very huge embarrassment for the Pakistan government. But in the previous government, soon after the killing of Osama bin Laden, had admitted the fact that the intelligence intelligence agencies were totally failed to get clue about Osama bin bin Laden. So already the Pakistan government had admitted the fact, but the Abbottabad Commission report had never been made public. So far we are getting information through different media outlets and they are providing the information, the source-based information, and like Al Jazeera had claimed that it got the 336 pages report of Abbottabad Commission. So officially it has not been made public, but there is no denial from the government side that the contents of these reports are wrong.
Now, they have that report has indicted 2 successive governments, isn't it, of negligence, Shafiq. Thanks for that. We're also joined by Dr. Maria Sultan from Pakistan at this time. Dr. Maria, how is it possible that Osama bin Laden could have hidden in Pakistan for 9 years without any help from the agencies?
No, I don't think it's a question of huge embarrassment. It's a question of the fact that when you're overwhelmed with an issue of counter-terrorism, and also the fact that when you have essentially one thing which has come out very clearly is the lack of interagency coordination for the fight against counter-terrorism within Pakistan as well as abroad. So in this case, it is only merely narrating as well as abroad. So
if facts existed on ground, of course it is an embarrassing situation, isn't it, Dr. Maria? Because just tell our viewers, what are the lapses by the intelligence agency? Because you said it's lack of coordination.
Well, if you are the most wanted fugitive and you have 147 countries looking to find your traces, the most reliable place is to be the one which is the most looked after, or the one where the most concentration is, and that's the first principle of counterintelligence, or for that matter, a strategy in which you would like to hide and deliberately hide. The fact also remains that the manner and the method in which he had tried to hide himself, that had been very, very different, and in this case it's definitely a failure. There's no doubt on that account. Nonetheless, the fact remains that internal borders of Pakistan are soft, and it's a huge challenge not only for Pakistan but for any country which does not have every person documented or electronically documented within its national database to find an individual. There will be intelligence failures, and these were the lapses which we faced.
Dr. Maria, thanks for joining us and talking to us, but I'm not sure many would buy your explanation.
Pakistan exposed by its own. Osama fires leaked by Al Jazeera. 336-page report indicts Islamabad.
You know, that is a result of absence of institutions. I mean, we are talking about a country where there are hardly any vibrant institutional structures.
Proven Osama hid in Pakistan for 9 long years. Pakistan completely exposed. Detailed coverage on Times Now.
Also up next, here in the newsroom, a massive political fight breaks out over the Bodh Gaya blast. The BJP president says the UPA failed to tackle terror.